Hey guys, welcome to LALoveCreative, and today we're talking about the Fuji X-E4. It's my first impression of this camera after testing it out on a fashion shoot. The Fuji X-E4 is a powerhouse of a camera. It has the same APS-C 26 megapixel sensor as the Fuji higher end cameras, but with a stylish, compact design that I'm a big fan of. It also makes use of a interchangeable lens mount as compared to like a 100V. Which has a fixed mount lens. So you can use Fuji's awesome collection of XF lenses that I am dying to use on future videos. Now, image quality, I think this camera is an awesome photography camera. It's sharp. Fuji has awesome color presets like Eterna, which is one of my favorite, but one of my main takeaways was I wanted to see if this camera could be used on a professional setting. So I was all about just shooting the raw, professional quality of the camera and just seeing how it performs, in a real fashion shoot, as opposed to just like using baked in colors, which I wouldn't use on client work or anything like that. Overall, the image coming from the Fuji X-E4, if you're okay with the APS-C sensor, it's pretty top notch when it comes to the skin tones and the dynamic range. The build quality is amazing. It's a solid camera that feels great in your hands. It feels premium. Comparing it to the Canon R6, which is my regular photography camera, it's great to have a more compact camera for travel photography and smaller projects. The functionality is great when when it comes to the dials and the different types of ways you can control exposure without having to go into the menu system. I will say that the actual menu system on this camera is not that intuitive, and it gave me a lot of headaches, and I found myself really confused on where to find certain things in different settings. So I paired this camera with a 23mm f1.4, awesome lens. It's like a 35mm equivalent. I personally, if I did decide to actually buy this camera, I would pair it with something a little bit smaller, something a little bit more compact, like a 27mm. But for this shoot, I wanted the best optical quality in my opinion, and I shoot 35mm a lot, so I think this lens and this camera paired really well together and performed really well together. When it came to video quality, I like the image that came out of such a small camera. It's sharp, it has decent codecs, and you can shoot F-Log, or you can use those various in-camera picture profiles like Eterna. The autofocus in this camera was pretty impressive. Not on the level of the Sony cameras or the Canon cameras, but it was pretty good. My only issue with the X-E4 when it came to the video was a lack of digital or in-body stabilization. The camera is very light, it's very shaky, so if you don't have a way to stabilize this image, you're gonna need either a lens with stabilization, or you're going to need a gimbal, or you're gonna have very shaky footage. For instance, all of the videos in this, this first impression video, all the actual footage has been warp stabilized because it was just way too shaky. Now that's all I have to say about the Fuji X-E4. I'm so glad I got to check this camera out. I was eyeing the Fuji 100V, which is an amazing camera as well, but the ability to change the lenses made me more into the Fuji X-E4, especially since Fuji has beautiful compact lenses on the market. Let me know if you have any questions about photography or videography in the comments below, and I will see you later. Peace.